Welcome back, everyone. This is the Eat Well meeting of Prevent T2, the CDC's Lifestyle Change Program. Today, we are going to talk about eating well to prevent or delay type 2 diabetes. Before we begin, let's look at your action plan from the previous session. What went well and what didn't go so well? Eating well can help you prevent or delay type 2 diabetes. Today we will talk about how to eat well, how to build a healthy meal, and the items in each food group. Finally, you will make a new action plan. Let's start by talking about how to eat well to lower your risk of type 2 diabetes. First of all, you want to choose items that are low in calories. Remember, calories are a measure of energy. You get them from things you eat and drink. Your body burns calories the way a car burns gas. If you want to lose 1 pound per week, you'll need to cut about 3,500 calories each week. At the same time, you'll want to choose items that are low in fat. You want to choose items that are low in fat because fat is high in calories. Plus, fats that are solid at room temperature can harm your heart. You'll also want to choose items that are low in sugar. You want to choose items that are low in sugar because sweet foods can be high in calories, although not as high as fatty foods. 1 tablespoon of white sugar has 48 calories. 1 tablespoon of butter has 102 calories. Plus, sweet foods make your blood sugar go up. At the same time, you want to choose items that are high in fiber and water. Fiber is a type of carbohydrate that passes through your body without being digested. You want to choose items that are high in fiber and water because they fill you up without adding calories. Finally, you want to choose items that are high in vitamins, minerals, and protein. You want to choose items that are high in vitamins, mineral, and protein because your body needs them to be healthy, and many of us don't get enough of them. Now let's put those ideas into practice. Let's turn to the handouts that go with this module. Please look at a healthy meal on page 3. This picture shows a healthy meal. It's based on the Create Your Plate idea from the American Diabetes Association. As you can see, you'll want to make half of your plate non-starchy veggies, such as broccoli, lettuce, and peppers. A quarter of your plate grains and starchy foods, such as potatoes and oatmeal. Another quarter of your plate protein foods, such as chicken, lean meat, and fish. You can also have a small amount of dairy foods, such as 1 cup of skim milk, a small amount of fruit, such as 1 apple, half a banana, or half a cup of berries. A drink that has low or no calories, such as water, sparkling water, or coffee without sugar. These are shown at the side of the plate. Now let's talk about the items in each food group. Please look at foods to choose on pages 5 to 7. Let's start with non-starchy veggies. These should take up half of your plate. That's the largest section. Frozen veggies are just as good for you as fresh veggies, but try to limit canned veggies, which are lower in vitamins and minerals. Non-starchy veggies are low in calories, fat, and sugar. They are high in fiber, and some are full of water. Non-starchy veggies include broccoli, spinach, and peppers. Now let's move on to grains and starchy foods. These should take up a quarter of your plate. Try to make at least half of your grains whole grains. They are higher in vitamins, minerals, and fiber, so look for whole grains. Also look for grains that are low in fat and sugar. Grains and starchy food vary in calories, fat, sugar, and fiber, and most of them are low in water. Healthy grains and starchy foods include beans, brown rice, and oatmeal. Now let's move on to protein foods. These should take up a quarter of your plate. Try to choose meat that is low in fat. You'll also want to limit how many egg yolks you have. these contain most of the fat, so egg whites are a better choice. Protein foods are high in protein. They vary in calories, and they're low in sugar, but they're also low in fiber and water. Healthy protein foods include chicken without skin, lean meat, and fish. Now let's move on to dairy foods. You can have a small amount of dairy with your meal. Try to choose dairy foods that are low in sugar and fat. Dairy foods vary in calories and water. They give you vitamins, minerals, and protein, but they are low in fiber. Healthy dairy foods include 1 cup of skim milk or 6 ounces of plain non-fat yogurt. Now let's move on to fruit. You can have a small amount of fruit with your meal. Frozen fruit is just as good for you as fresh fruit, but try to limit sweetened canned fruit, dried fruit, and juice. They are high in sugar, plus juice has very little fiber, so it doesn't fill you up the way whole fruit does. Fruit is fairly low in calories. It gives you vitamins and minerals, it's full of fiber and water, but it's higher in sugar than veggies. Healthy choices for fruit include 1 apple, half a banana, or half a cup of berries. Now let's move on to drinks. You can have a drink that has no or low calories with your meal. Try to choose drinks that are low in fat and sugar. Drinks are high in water. They vary in calories, protein, vitamins, minerals, and sugar. Most of them are low in fiber. Healthy drinks include water, sparkling water, and coffee without sugar. Now let's look at foods to limit on page 8. Sweet and fatty foods are bad for you, so don't eat too much of them. Sweet and fatty foods are high in calories. Most of them are low in vitamins, minerals, and protein, and they're often low in fiber. Plus, sweet foods are high in sugar. Sweet foods include candy, cookies, and sugar. Fatty foods include lard, bacon, and full-fat cheese. Please look at your action plan journal. Spend the next few minutes making a new action plan. Keep in mind what worked and what didn't work well for you since our last session. Are there any changes that you want to make? Also keep in mind what we discussed today about eating well. As you make your plan, remember to keep it realistic, doable, specific, and flexible. Remember to focus on behaviors and try to have fun. Please look at Make Your Plate on page 4, which we labeled earlier. I'd like you to finish it at home. Create a healthy meal by listing items that you like. You can use Foods to Choose on pages 5 to 7 for ideas. It can be challenging to eat well. Please look at How to Cope with Challenges on pages 9 and 10. It shows some common challenges and ways to cope with them. Write your own ideas in the column that says Other Ways to Cope and check off each idea you try. We have come to the end of our meeting. Today we discussed how eating well can help you prevent or delay type 2 diabetes. We talked about how to eat well, how to build a healthy meal, and the items in each food group. Next time we'll talk about tracking your food. Thank you for coming to this session. I'll see you next time.